Hello guys, welcome back. I figured I would share the lovely costume, the only part I can wear because I'm sneezing my head off, so there's no sense having the gloves on, and the tail is not going to go on. No, I'm not putting it on. And so I'm all stuffed up, so I'm like the world's saddest wolf today. I think it's a wolf. I have no idea. They're pointy wolf ears. That's what I'm going with. And anyhow, and I bought the makeup too. There's no way I'm gonna get makeup on. I'm sad. Um, I dreamed this morning there was a werewolf guarding my door and guarding the candy bowl. The werewolf was opening the door and going like, "Rrr." And it was a male werewolf and it was tall and it looked like the model of this one werewolf costume I want, like the one with like the plaid shirt and the big werewolf mask and everything. And it was also a real werewolf, and it was also me in like this costume, but it was like all three together. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And I guess he was guarding the bowl because I woke up to, the one day a year I want to sleep in and be left alone because I put my candy out at 2. I was like, I'll put candy out now, and I know it'll be cold, but nobody in this town in the history of ever has ever obeyed any damn rule, so people will show up when they feel like. If it's trick-or-treat day, they're showing up when they feel like. They make their own hours. It's annoying, but if you want left alone, everybody knows you just put the candy out, and if they want some, they'll help themselves, and if it's not good enough for them, they don't have to take it. So I put out like a bowl with 5 pieces of candy. I'm not being greedy. I did this for a reason. I put it out with 5 pieces of candy at like 2 in the morning. So far, no takers. And I did it because some people will help themselves to the entire bowl, and some people won't. And I'm like, if I go out later and the bowl's empty, I'll refill it. Technically, nobody is supposed to be taking any candy out of that bowl until 3 o'clock, and then they got 3 hours to do it. Nobody obeys the rules around here. Ever. Ever. Some people have legitimate excuses. They might work a shift when it's trick or treat and they want the kids to still get candy, but everybody's going to be crabby as hell until Halloween's over. We don't hate kids in this town, I swear. It's just, life isn't perfect. Life isn't, everybody has a kind of job where they can make the parade or they can make they're going to be having a thing for them at the fire hall and stuff like that. Life doesn't always work like that, so there are going to be a lot of cranky adults and disappointed kids. I don't know why we moved it from Halloween proper, because we used to have it Halloween night when I was a kid, and that was a lot of fun, because you got to go around Halloween night, and you got to go twick or tweet, and you got to hold out your sack. And in my age, when I was their age to trick or treat, I mean, like really kindergarten age or something, you might be expected to know a trick, which did not mean you played a prank on people. It meant you had to know a song or you had to know something like a joke or something. And kids my age, we had no idea because that wasn't our culture. So the old people would have great amounts of fun with us. And when I went, you could get anything. Like you could get an apple, you could get a penny, you could get a pencil, you could get an eraser. You get a pack of raisins. One time somebody gave out toothbrushes. And you got whatever. And my parents had a rule. Since we're talking about trick-or-treating now, I might as well go. You thanked people for whatever they gave you. It didn't matter if it was that annoying lady that gives out religious pamphlets or what it was. Like, there's this lady in town that, is she still alive? She's still giving out religious pamphlets to tell people how it's Satan's birthday and you're all going to hell. Happy Halloween. Um, like you shouldn't be trick or treating. She gets out that stuff, and it's it was a thing with my parents that no matter what you got, you said thank you. You brought it all home. You did not throw it on people's lawns. My parents raised me to be polite. You did not throw it on people's lawns. You did not go through it. You brought it home. And then your parents would go through it with you, and they would see, like, well, this is pennies, and this is, pencils, and this is that, and this is fruit, and you always got at least, like, one apple or something. I don't think people give those out anymore, because I think, like, parents are, like, crazy, and they were talking on one site, because I was bored and looking around, they were saying, it's so aggravating today, because they said they'll have people saying, do you have this, or do you have that? Like, specific stuff you're supposed to know to have on hand when the child shows up, because, Today, people want all this stuff for allergies and that, and I'm like, it's candy in a bag. No, it's not vegan, it's not gluten free, it's not, peanut free. It's candy in a bag. There could be small children in that candy. I'm not sure. You take your chances at Halloween. So I can giggles back here. Um, it's just so much different. When I went, kids had allergies. Yeah, kids had allergies, but parents were a lot calmer. If you had a peanut allergies, you just didn't get Snickers bars, or you didn't get this, or you didn't get that. But parents didn't freak out. And people were going like, "Oh God, it's so terrible." People were knocking on my door and saying, "Well, why don't you have this and why don't you have that?" And my child has a peanut allergy, and I'm like, "Ugh, yeah." We went alone. We went alone. Unless you were kindergartner, you were trusted to go alone. You were trusted to obey traffic. The traffic had the right of way, not children running around at Halloween night. And we had fun. We went out for, I think it began at like 5 or 6 and it went to 9. We had like 4 hours. The kids today, they have like from 3 to 6, so they've got like a little window of time. And it's kind of like everybody's gonna be frustrated and angry because I don't know why they made it 3 to 6, because that's bar time. That's like premium bar time. That's like when people that got off work early are showing up and driving everywhere, and it's a nightmare. And I don't know why they did it, because if they had done a Halloween night, people just automatically in the area knew Halloween night to be careful. And I don't know. The holiday probably worked a lot better before we had cars. It probably did. It's like Victorian England when they just had carriages. It probably worked out a lot better for groups of children to be running around caroling and getting hot cross buns and pennies than it did now, or in Ireland or something. It probably worked a lot better before the advent of the car, because cars and kids don't match. So everybody's going to be on pins and needles. I mean, it's not like I don't know if I said this recording. Nobody in this town hates children, but they're tiny and they're small, and these are bad roads, so nobody really wants them running around on the roads. But it's Halloween, early, super early. So I've got the 5 pieces of candy out there, and I just have it out there because I'm like, I'm tired today. I'm very low energy. I'm going to be very cranky, and I don't want to sneeze on anybody. So I got this sniff. I've got the bowl out there, and I'll check on it every so often. And if I have to replenish the candy, I will. But I don't think I'll have to. I never get trick-or-treaters. The one year we got them was actually, excuse me 1 second. Whew, sorry. The one year I got them, was actually the year my dad died. And that year we got 7 or 8. My mom couldn't believe it, because for us, that was like a landslide of trick-or-treaters. 7, 8, or 9, something like that. It was a lot of kids. For us, I don't get any. And like I said, last year, I actually didn't do it. It was like the first year ever in my life I didn't have Halloween. I had Halloween indoors, but I didn't have it outdoors. I kind of feel bad because people have crashes here in front of my house every year because they try to drive down that magical lane, and they're trying to drive super fast because they're trying to be a drag racer from the end of the road. And people coming down are trying to be speed racer because there's this curve and they want to whip around the curve and go wee, and they crash all the time. And then there are parts of cars in my lawn, which is why I feel bad, encouraging kids. But it's like, well, it's Halloween. They don't understand. And hopefully there's a responsible adult with them. But probably won't get any this year. I usually don't. I usually go out and I think this is going to be the year. This is going to be it. And I buy like 30 bags of candy or something, like not literally 30, like 8 or something. It's a lot because I end up always buying like those tiny little bags, and like I bought sixlets and like those candy sticks and a couple kinds of lollipops and you know all the chocolate mix and everything. I buy all this candy every year, and then I don't get kids because my bags over the years have had to go down because of financial reasons. When it was 3 adults bringing in income, it was one of those bags with a McDonald's thing plus some candy and always like 2 little treats, like 2 little erasers or something. Now it's just candy in a bowl, and don't nobody want that, I guess. I don't feel bad because I get to eat it. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Loki and Odin are still excited, and I'm excited for them. And I don't care. I will share the candy. I am generous, but it's like I have 5 pieces because I know how kids can get. I know how excited they get. And I will check the bowl periodically. If I hear kids, I would go out and greet them. But it's like I just have 5 pieces because I'm like, some people will just take the whole bowl and dump it in their bag. And they've done that since the beginning of time. Kids have done that since the beginning of time. You can't get mad at them now. Kids have always done that since the beginning of time. Grab handfuls of candy or something. They're just excited and they're kids. Adults will do it if you leave them alone. I minored in sociology. They would leave adults alone with candy bowls, and adults just like reach over and take one piece and like put it in this pocket and sit there, and they reach over and they grab another piece and they put it in this pocket, and they're meant to steal because it's one of our human conditions. We can't help ourselves. It's a food source and we want some, so we reach over and we, if we're not looking at it, it doesn't count. So we take over and we take one, and like by the time they would come back, the researchers would come back, they would say, "Okay, empty your pockets," and the people would go, "I didn't take any candy," and they go, "We've been watching you on video. Empty your pockets, please." I think the record was 20 pieces of candy. And it's not people are bad. You're not simple. It's your hunter-gatherer nature. There's a food source in front of you. Of course, you're going to take one and put it in this pocket and take one, put it in that pocket. You're not being bad. You're being an animal. We're a species. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.